If I only had 50 bucks, these are the over-ear headphones that I would buy. Earphone Wave Pro. The Earphone Wave Pro is honestly surprising for this price point. It packs in features you'd expect to see on headphones costing twice as much. In my testing, the first thing that blew me away was the battery life. I left them playing overnight and they barely dip. So the claimed 45 hours with ANC on and 65 with it off is no joke. The active noise cancellation is decent, especially with low droning sounds like an air conditioner or a train. Though it struggles a bit with higher pitched, unpredictable noises like voices. I did notice some Bluetooth dropouts when using the high-res LDAC codec, which was a bit of a letdown, but sticking to the standard codec solved that. They're also really comfortable with a looser fit that doesn't get too hot, even after hours of wear. For anyone who values a ton of features, crazy long battery life, and solid comfort for travel or commuting, these are a fantastic pick. Anker Soundcore Elite Q20. The Anker Soundcore Elite Q20 is a workhorse that nails the fundamentals. And honestly, the comfort is what I noticed first. They are incredibly comfortable, and you can wear them for an entire long-haul flight without any issues. The battery life is another huge win, easily lasting through a full week of commuting before I even thought about charging. Where they fall a little short is the active noise cancellation. It's just average. It does a decent job of hushing office chatter, but it really struggles to block out the deep rumble of a bus or plane engine. The sound signature is very bass heavy right out of the box, which can be fun for some music, but I found it sometimes muddies the vocals. There's also no app for customization, so what you hear is what you get unless you use a third-party EQ. These are the perfect headphones for someone who prioritizes comfort and battery life above all else and wants a simple no-fuss pair for long listening sessions. If I only had $50, I would buy the Earphone Wave Pro because the combination of effective noise cancellation, app support for customization, and superior battery life provides a more complete and modern feature set for the money. If I only had $150, these are the over-ear headphones that I would buy. Anker Soundcore Space Q45. These headphones honestly surprised me with what they deliver for the price. They've become my go-to recommendation for anyone who wants solid noise cancelling without shelling out a fortune. In my testing, I wore them for an entire workday and then some, and they felt incredibly comfortable, though I did notice the thinner headband after about the 8-hour mark. The battery life is just phenomenal, lasting up to 50 hours with ANC on. While the active noise cancellation is a standout feature for commuting, effectively dulling the drone of a train. It doesn't quite silence the world like top-tier Sony or Bose models do. Out of the box, the sound quality felt a bit off to me, with a high end that could sound tinny in some tracks. But after a few tweaks in the app's EQ, they became much more balanced. For the price, they're perfect for students, commuters, or remote workers who need a reliable, long-lasting headset with very capable noise cancellation and don't mind spending a little time adjusting the sound to their liking. Skullcandy Crusher ANC2. If you're the kind of person who wants to feel your music, the Skullcandy Crusher ANC2 is a wild ride unlike anything else in this price range. The first time I cranked up the sensory bass dial on the ear cup, I was genuinely jolted. It's a physical haptic experience that makes genres like EDM and hip-hop or even action movies incredibly immersive. They are comfortably built with a nice thick cushion on the headband, which I appreciated during long gaming sessions. However, the trade-off for the earth-shaking bass is pretty clear in other areas. In my experience, the active noise cancellation is just okay. It takes the edge off low rumbles but lets a lot more of the mid-range and high-frequency sounds through compared to the Q45. The School IQ app is packed with cool, if somewhat gimmicky, features like voice commands and built-in tile tracking, but it can't make up for the mediocre ANC. These are without a doubt for the certified bass head who prioritizes a fun, powerful, and visceral listening experience over pristine audio clarity or top-tier noise cancellation. If I only had $150, I would buy the Anker Soundcore Space Q45 because its superior noise cancellation and support for high-res audio provide a more balanced and practical experience for daily use. If I only had $300, these are the over-ear headphones that I would buy. Sennheiser Momentum 4 Wireless. The Momentum 4 is the headphone that honestly makes you question why you need to spend more, especially when you see the battery life. In my experience, the 60-hour battery claim is no joke. I use these for days on end during commutes and at the office without even thinking about a charger. The sound is classic Sennheiser, clear, detailed, and balanced, though it comes with a bit of extra bassy punch that makes music feel energetic without being muddy. Vocals and instruments sound incredibly present and natural. While the noise cancelling is very good at silencing the world around you, I will say it's a small step behind the absolute market leaders. But for most situations, it's more than enough. They are extremely comfortable and I could wear them for hours without any issue. For me, these are the practical user who wants amazing sound and marathon-level battery life and is willing to trade a tiny bit of ANC performance for it. Cambridge Audio Melamania P100. This one surprised me because it comes from a traditional hi-fi brand and absolutely delivers on that British sound promise. The Melamania P100 is all about natural, balanced audio. It doesn't try to wow you with booming bass or artificially sharp highs. Instead, when I was listening to acoustics and jazz tracks, the sound felt incredibly correct and spacious, almost like the musicians were in the room with me. The comfort is a huge plus. The ear cups are light, don't put much pressure on your head, and don't get your ears hot, making them perfect for long listening sessions. The battery life is just staggering, hitting up to 100 hours with ANC off. However, if you're a fan of hard rock or electronic music, you might find the bass a bit too polite and lacking that hard-hitting punch. The fit is also a bit loose, so I wouldn't recommend them for the gym. This is the headphone for the buddy audiophile who prioritizes pure uncolored sound quality above all else. If I only had $300, I would buy the Cambridge Audio Millmania P100 because for the money, its natural and detailed sound quality is simply in a class of its own. If I only had $400, these are the over-ear headphones that I would buy. Sony WH-1000XM5. The Sony WH-1000XM5 is the headphone I reach for when I want my music to feel alive and detailed. In my experience, the sound quality took a significant leap from its predecessors. There's a newfound clarity and precision, especially in the bass, that makes even older tracks sound fresh. I noticed that while the bass has a satisfying rumble, it can sometimes creep into the mids, making some complex sounds feel a little cluttered. The noise cancellation is fantastic for steady drums, like on a train or plane, but I found the Bose is a touch more aggressive in cutting out unpredictable city noise. One thing that really stands out is the battery life. I can go for days without a charge, which is a huge plus. They feel incredibly light on the head, but the build, while comfortable, doesn't feel as premium as you might expect. And they don't fold down, making them a bit bulky for travel. For me, these are for the music enthusiast who values a feature-packed experience and a more analytical, detailed sound over absolute portability. Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra headphones. Honestly, the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra headphones are a game changer for anyone who lives on the go and craves silence. The first time I put them on in a busy cafe, the world just melted away. The noise cancellation is without a doubt best in class. I was impressed by how they handle everything from low engine rumbles to high-pitched chatter effortlessly. Comfort-wise, these are exceptional. They're lightweight, the clamping force is just right, and I can wear them for hours without any fatigue. The sound has this rich, warm, and full-bodied character that's incredible, enjoyable, especially with bass-heavy genres, though it's not as surgically precise as the Sonys. I also love that they support aptX adaptive for higher quality wireless audio, and the immersive audio feature is a fun party trick for a more spatial sound experience. The biggest downside for me is the battery life. At 24 hours, it's decent but noticeably shorter than the XM5's 30 hours. These are the perfect headphones for frequent flyers, commuters, or anyone who puts a premium on top-tier noise cancellation and all-day comfort. If I had to spend my own $400, I would buy the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra headphones because their superior comfort and more effective noise cancellation are what I value most for daily use and travel. Now it gets interesting. If I had a limited amount of money to spend on over-ear headphones, here's what I would buy. Bowers & Wilkins PX8. The Bowers & Wilkins PX8 is what happens when a high-end audio company decides to make a statement in the wireless world. From the moment you pick them up, they feel like less tech and more like a luxury accessory. In my experience, the build quality is simply on another level, with soft napple leather and cool-to-the-touch aluminum that make other headphones feel a bit plasticky. Sonically, they have this wonderfully rich, warm, and energetic character. Listening to bass-heavy genres like EDM or hip-hop is an absolute treat. The bass is fast, controlled, and hits with authority without getting muddy. While they have fantastic clarity, they're definitely not for purists seeking a flat, neutral sound. The noise cancellation is solid for quieting office chatter, but I found it doesn't quite silence the deep rumble of a plane engine as well as some competitors. For me, these are the perfect headphones for someone who prioritizes premium materials and a fun, lively sound for daily listening over absolute audio neutrality. Focal Bathys. The Focal Bathys immediately surprised me because they're not just wireless headphones. They're a legitimate audiophile experience you can take on the go. The killer feature I kept coming back to is the integrated USB DAC mode, which delivers true high-resolution audio. That's a noticeable step up in fidelity from a standard Bluetooth connection. In my testing, this is where the Bathys truly shines, revealing layers of detail in tracks that other wireless headphones miss. While the build uses more plastic than the PX8, they are incredibly comfortable, and I found the clamping force was perfect for long listening sessions without any fatigue. The sound is classic focal, precise, clear, and incredibly well-defined, with a soundstage that feels open and immersive for a closed-back headphone. The companion app also offers a much more useful 5-band EQ for tuning the sound exactly to your liking. The Bathys are for the traveling audiophile who refuses to compromise on the sound quality and wants the flexibility of both excellent wireless convenience and a true high-fidelity wired option. Between the two, I'm picking the Focal Bathys because its built-in USB DAC mode provides a level of audio detail and fidelity that is simply unmatched in the wireless headphone category. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best over-ear headphones for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description. Alright, peace out.